1, 2, 3, 4, get my shoes and out the door. 5, I'm alive. 6, 7, 8, feeling great. 9, gonna shine, life is good. I'm doing fine. 10, gonna do it right and do it again, yeah. I look into the sky with all the beautiful color, but there's more than just for me, so gonna share it with another. I got to show, to give, let out. I want to sing and shout. Take a look and see a beautiful morning that turns into a beautiful evening, and together make a beautiful life. And if you wanna see, then come along with me, that's right.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on Experience Michiana, and thank you and welcome to the South Bend Civic Theater. Now I know you're disappointed I'm not going to be acting on this show, but you will find out why we're here on next week's show. But this is going to be such a great show because we are meeting up with the dynamic duo, the Bergamot, who they are making such a name for themselves, not only in our community, but nationwide. We're also going to go to the Outsiders Outside Art Fair with Courtney, and we'll find out about artists that are finding their passion in very unconventional ways. And then we're headed to Notre Dame to find out all about the new presenting series that's about to open up. So let's go and see what's going to be available in this community at the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center. We are so excited to be at the Browning Cinema at the DeBartolo Performing Arts Center with Ricky and Sean. And I just want to say before we start, so I was here maybe about 2 weeks ago doing an interview for the Notre Dame Shakespeare Festival, which, by the way, I have tickets for tomorrow. Really excited about that. But when I walked into the building, there was this kind of palpable energy in the air, almost akin to like, it's Christmas, you know, how people are getting ready for Christmas. But that's kind of the feeling here at the DeBartolo right now, getting ready for a brand new season. Did I get it right, Sean?
Absolutely. So not just a brand new season, which we're always excited about, but a season that is looking more like a traditional year, one we haven't seen for a number of years, of course, because of the pandemic. So there's an extra energy in the air, and we're just so excited to be back and kicking off a new academic school year.
And one of the great things about the season is you just don't pick random artists. I mean, you really have the pulse and the heart of the community when you begin to say, who should we bring here to the DeBartolo?
Absolutely. So part of the 2022-23 presenting series, which is our series of live artists, national and international touring artists, of course, we think of the major disciplines, music, dance, and theater. That's, you know, the core of what we present. And so within that, we sort of work with other academic departments to choose artists that help them, you know, tie into the academy. We work with community members to hear their voice, to see what they're interested in. And so, you know, we sort of broke it up into categories of, you know, a little bit of everything, hoping there'll be at least something you will like. You know, if dance isn't your thing, we've got theater. If theater's not your thing, we have music. Within music, we have world music or jazz music or classical or chamber or Broadway. So in fact, we're opening our season September 23rd with Jessica Vosk. She was in Wicked on Broadway. She was Elphaba. But she actually joined the national tour after that and was the Elphaba and the Wicked that was at the Morris Performing Arts Center here in South Bend.
Can I just say, I just want to say, because I saw Wicked on Broadway and it was wonderful. But when they came here to the Morris, I mean, can I just say, I thought it was actually better than the one on Broadway. She was fabulous. The entire cast was.
You know, and when she was here at that time, she did some master classes with students around the community. She'll be doing the same thing here. She loves to talk to students because she was working in Wall Street before she decided to make an extreme career shift and jump on Broadway.
Oh my goodness, thankfully, we're so grateful that she did. But that's exciting that the students here will get a chance to work with her.
Absolutely. So most of the artists I'll sort of very briefly mention, the rest of them today, will be engaging with students beyond the performance. That's a big piece of why a university presenter like us is important. And what we do differently is making sure that those artists engage with students. Of course, the students who are learning music, dance, or theater, but also, you know, we try to connect them with, you know, there's a dance company that worked within our engineering department because they used very large set pieces. So we try to engage beyond the performance as much as we can.
What's so funny is every time it's a new year and we see the presenting series, I go, oh my gosh, this is fabulous. And I think, what are they going to do next year? And then I see it next year and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is fabulous. So give us a sneak peek into some of the artists that will be coming through.
The other Broadway sort of esque artist I want to mention before I kind of go through the rest briefly is our Christmas performance is Jane Lynch. She was on, of course, Glee. She was in Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She hosted a game show on NBC. She's been on Broadway, so, very tall, blonde comedian. Her and Kate Flannery, who played Meredith in The Office, are getting together to do this 50s, 60s inspired Christmas show. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes,
some names people might recognize. Within theater, we have the Irish Theater Chicago coming back. We have Aquila Theater from London coming to do Pride and Prejudice. For our dance this year, we have Alvin Ailey's Ailey 2, the second company of Alvin Ailey Dance Company. It's The Apprentices. We have Alonzo King Lines Ballet. He has a really interesting story about his work with civil rights. His parents were big civil rights activists in Georgia. That's a big influence. And of course, we have Uzima coming back to dance this year as well.
Yes, we are so excited. So excited to be here. It's such a, we've performed in different venues, but there's nothing like being here at the Bartolo, truly.
Yeah, that's actually a great sort of community collaboration. And that's actually a separate point than the presenting series. We're starting a series of community artists. Just a couple weeks ago, we had Mickey Miller perform, and we have Uzima performing, and we're working once again, really trying to hear the voice of the people to see what do you want to see here at the Performing Arts Center. And they said, we love the national and international artists you're bringing, but we'd really love for you to present local artists. So that will be sprinkled throughout our season as well.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the things, even when I'm out in the community and they'll say to me, oh my goodness, that looks so amazing to go to, but is it open to the community? A lot of times people think it's only for Notre Dame students or faculty, but this is for everybody.
Exactly. We were built on the south end of campus, on the edge of campus, so that it is accessible to the community as it is the Notre Dame students. There are parking lots all around us. We encourage you to come in and, get a ticket. We have a lot of free events, a lot of free films, a lot of free lectures. Those are all open to the public. And we not only invite, but we want you to come and see these things and hear what we have going on.
Okay, speaking of films, let's get to you, Ricky.
Yeah.
And so what's so funny is he gave me can you guys see this? Can you all see this? So he gave me this thing, and I looked at it. I said, oh, is this the whole semester? He said, no, this is the next 3 weeks. So boy, what do you have here for everybody?
Well, one thing that we're really excited to bring back again is our Learning Beyond the Classic series. This is essentially an extension class that we run out of the Browning Cinema, where people from the community are able to take the class along with Notre Dame students. We have readings, we have lectures, we have discussions around the films, and these are Tuesday at 7:30. It's going to start on September 20th. And our topic this semester is documentaries, truth or fiction. So we'll be looking at films that depict reality and discussing what's real about them, what isn't. And if you want to do the series, it's $2 per movie. You sign up for everything, and we'll get you those lectures, we'll get you those talks, and we'll take a class together. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun. And then the Met Opera as well.
Yep, both the Met Opera and National Theater Live, our live recordings or our live buzzed-in satellite feeds are back. We have a neat season with some of the traditional big names. Donizetti's Lucia is coming. We have La Traviata, Magic Flute, as well as some that may not be as well known. Brett Dean's Hamlet, for example, will be coming up in the very near future. So check that out. And like the Learning Beyond the Classics, you can get a package deal and come to many for a reduced price.
That's wonderful. And now Sunday family films.
Yeah, this is the Professor Finkelfunder series.
Okay.
It's $1 to get in, $1 for pop, $1 for popcorn. It's Sundays at 1 p.m. Pretty easy to remember. We realize that's a lot of money for some people, but hopefully that lowers the barriers to be able to get families or groups or whomever wants to come out and see the movies and have a good time. It gives them the access to be able to do that. So check out our website, performingarts.nd.edu. We'll have those titles up pretty soon, and both national, international, new and old family-friendly films that they can check out.
That's great. Now you bring so many things here. What's new at the Browning?
We have a lot of titles that, some may have been in theaters, others haven't played around here or are available online. We have from Iran, Panahi's son made a film, Hit the Road. We also have a documentary about two French volcanologists called Fire of Love that is really fascinating. Miranda July worked on that, if people know her work. From France, we have Petite Maman, which is PG-rated science fiction, kind of just like time-bending story that's art house, which is an odd combination to find. But it's really enjoyable, and I think people would like that. From the director who did the Portrait of a Lady on Fire. We're together with BLM South Bend. We're doing a documentary and having a panel discussion on Bulletproof, which examines the school safety industrial complex and what's built up around that. We have a couple of films, both a new one and an old one from Black female directors, Alma's Rainbow, which, I mean, people know Julie Dash. They don't necessarily know Alma's Rainbow, though. So that's an interesting film from, about 30 years ago, as well as Beba, which is a new film that is kind of an auto documentary examining her life. And then some just kind of broader kind of A24-y films. We have Bodies, 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 Marcel the Shell, and Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, which, if people haven't had a chance to see, have been really well received by both critics and audiences alike.
Well, speaking of Everything Everywhere, you all really do a wonderful job of bringing, like you had mentioned before, something for everybody over here. The other thing I hear from people, is it too late to get season tickets?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not?
No, absolutely not. So absolutely not. No. Yes, it's never too late to get season tickets. Single tickets are on sale, so you can buy to any of the performances or films we've talked about. For the presenting series, if you buy 3 or more, you get a discount. If you buy 5 or more, you get a deeper discount.
Oh, great.
So absolutely, there's plenty of time to get season tickets or single tickets.
Okay, wonderful. And for more information, you can also go on to experiencemichiana.org. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Woo, it's going to be a great season.
Thanks,
I'm
Kelly.
excited.
Thanks,
So here we are out in front of the Morris, and we're here because today is a special day. We're with some friends, the Bergamot,
Hey.
Jillian and Nathaniel.
Good to see
Thank you so
you.
much for being with us.
Of course.
And it's special today because today's a one stop only. You're in town one day and then you're jetting out of here.
Yep, exactly. We're back on the road. We've been touring and we're so excited to be in South Bend today. And of course, we're prepping hard for the Morris 100-year anniversary
Right,
event.
and that's the thing that we want to talk about. Today, unfortunately, we won't get to cover a concert at the Purple Porch, which is really cool. But the Morris is celebrating 100 years, and you guys are a part of that concert. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, the Morris was always like the place to go see concerts. I've seen so many amazing concerts in that space and always dreamed of stepping on that stage. And so it's to be newly renovated and to be doing such an amazing collaboration, and we're just so excited to be a part of the night.
And like you said, they're going through major renovations, and we believe this will be the first concert in that renovated space for the 100th anniversary. And you guys are from this area, so the Morris is pretty special, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, the Morris is like a dream stage. We got to step on it for the first time after our 2016 Unity Collective tour, and that was incredible. And so this will be the second time we're going to go on stage, and it's extra special because we're opening up for the Bare Naked Ladies, who we're big fans of and have loved their music since we were in high school.
Yeah, I totally geeked out actually. I think that the Morris, it's a little known fact that it's actually one of the top 100 most beautiful venues in the country, and it actually lives up to it. Every time you walk in, it's just an impressive space.
Now I'm sure the new space will kind of go right along with the old space, which was the last renovation, which they took such great care in and all the detail that's going on. So what is it going to be like to go to a concert? You guys have had some pretty big concerts over your career, thankfully. What is it going to be like to be opening for the Bare Naked Ladies?
Man, I mean, the Bare Naked Ladies, it was always a dream of mine to play with them because, I mean, if I had $1 million, that was a song that I learned on guitar when I was first learning guitar when I was going to St. Jude's grade school on the south side of South Bend. And so that's a huge moment for us, just to be able to share the stage with such amazing musicians and artists. We are just so honored and can't wait to be a part of that night for sure.
Now that concert's in October, but tickets are already available, right?
Yes, and they're selling fast. So the concert's on October 1st, and we recommend everybody get your tickets now because they are going like crazy fast.
Now, in addition to that, you guys have been traveling all over the place. For those of you who have been following along, they took this old wagon and went to every state in one way or another, and filmed it and created a documentary, which we've talked about before, but now it's out and it's going to film festivals.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we premiered the film this spring at the Sedona International Film Festival, where we won the Excellence in Filmmaking Award. After that, it just kind of snowballed. We won the Paris Independent Best Best Documentary, Paris Independent Film Festival, and then we were at the Richmond International Film Festival. We just got back from the Montauk Film Festival where we won the Audience Choice Award. It's been a huge whirlwind, and doing that, we're going to release a new album the night before we play with the Bare Naked Ladies. We've been so busy, and it's just been a huge year of momentum and growth, and it's been amazing just to finish that documentary for sure.
So you guys might have racked up a few frequent flyer miles as you're traveling around. Yeah,
exactly.
So what has it been like? Because I know the experience of the tour that film is a part of was something else.
Yeah.
What has it been like sharing it with a different audience in a different way?
It's been so special because when we made this, it took us 6.5 years to actually film, edit, and produce this. And so when we got it out this February, we had no idea how people would receive it. We're just like, well, we just made this art. We poured our lives, souls, heart, all of our finances into it. And then we showed it to the first audience. People were weeping. We got a standing ovation. And that's happened continually over and over all over the world. And so it's super humbling for us because we had no idea. You make art and you just say, hey, I don't know how the audience will take it. So it's been wonderful just getting to be with people and hearing how passionate they are about this message of unity and peace during such a time on our planet.
Now, Nathaniel, I remember talking to you while you were in the process and just a lot of the decisions that went into it. Again, not knowing what your audience was going to be like or even like where it was going to be shown at the time. So what has it been like to see it finished and to see those responses?
It was surreal to sit in a theater and have the lights go dark and off it goes. I mean, as a musician performer, I've played since I was, like I said, St. Jude's on the South Side, playing, since I was young. As a performer, you can change things throughout a set, but a film, you're married to that thing. So, it was a 6.5 year process of making this film, and there was a time where we had a production team in Cleveland, then it went to me for 2 years, and Jillian, and we were working together, and then it went to a production team in LA. But all throughout that time, it was all about just trying to, what we say was just uncover the real vision, the truth of the story. And it just took so long because we were learning, and it's an original score, original music. So it's like we built out some sort of like ship vessel for us, and now we're just setting sail at sea.
So now that we're talking about it, people are going to wonder, okay, can we see it? I know there was a recent showing up in Three Oaks.
Yes.
But is there a way for people here in the community to check it out?
Yeah, so we're actually right now working on a date in November, and people can stay up to date by going to thebergamot.com, checking what's going on the homepage. We'll be releasing that date soon, but yeah,
but
we're really
excited.
excited.
Also email us, and you never know, we might be able to send something special your way.
Right, that would be great. Now, you guys are big on social media too, and so people can follow you. How can people connect with you guys and follow where you guys are at?
I would say the best way would be between Facebook and Instagram and our website, which all you have to do on all those platforms is just type in The Bergamot, TheBergamot.
Well, thankfully, they were able to spare a few minutes for us right before they get set for a concert over at the Purple Porch. Guys, thank you so much. Thanks for coming back home. You're always connected here. We love having you, and good luck and safe travels on all of the touring that you guys are doing.
Thank you so much. We love being on this program with you. Thank you.
Well, for more than a quarter of a century, the Outsider Art Fair is happening here in Harbert, Michigan, and I'm excited to be here with Judith Rock. Once again, I was able to visit with you last year for this amazing event. This is really a unique art fair for our community. Explain exactly what is the Outsider Art Fair?
Well, outsider art is people who are untrained, but definitely have talent. It's not just seagulls over the lake. I mean, they're really interesting, and things that used to be, a few dollars now have gotten into thousands of dollars because everybody has become more and more interested. I just had a client tell me he's a major collector. He told me he bought his first outsider piece at my show 26 years ago, and it has developed into this really high-powered collection.
Yeah, and this has been going on is this the 26th year that you've been doing this here?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And this is something that happens just for one special weekend. When is it happening?
It's Labor Day weekend, September 2nd through the 4th.
And what makes it so special about doing it for a Labor Day weekend? Because I know there's some other art fairs that happen in the spring, and you've kind of tried some other times out too, but really that's when works for you guys?
Yes, I don't know why. So many times people ask me about this show or that show, and I don't know why it sort of works. I've been here 37 years.
Oh my gosh.
I hate to say it.
Oh, no, don't be proud of that.
Oh, no, I feel so old. But anyway, and people are always asking me, and I say, I really don't know. You know, my customers, I love them. I sort of started out with grandparents, and I got the children, and now I'm having grandchildren come in. And yeah, and so it's kind of a family affair.
Yeah. And you have a lot of unique things here. I mean, really, when you think outsiders, I think of kind of that outside perspective, thinking outside of the box. What are some of the things that have caught your eye for this season?
Well, you know, that's like asking which is your favorite child.
I won't tell you yours.
There's so many things that I like, you know. This is Jimmy Sudduth and Mose T. They're all such wonderful artists. And I have such good memories of them when they were alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you knew these artists too?
Yes, not well, but some of them I knew better than others, yeah.
And talk about Jimmy's art, because that is, you have quite a bit of display of that.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Sudduth was, his mother was American Indian and his father was black. And he would go out with his mother when she was collecting herbs, and he would draw in the clay, because they lived in Georgia and it's really a lot of clay soil there. And it was so funny. He would be drawing, she would be doing her herbs. And then when he got older, he got hurt at work, and he couldn't work anymore. And so he started doing these paintings, and he used clay and honey. And he would jump up and down on the paintings and say, they're indestructible. And he was such a beautiful man. He always wore bib jeans, and they were always ironed to perfection. They had, you know,
And is that one print kind of a resemblance of him? Is that
yeah,
kind of his
that's his
himself?
yeah, that's his self-portrait in there. And he does a portrait of his dog, which I don't have. I have it at home, and the dog is and it's really wonderful. I love it. I put it in the bathroom.
That's a great, and I love just seeing, you know, the texturizing, and you can touch it, you can feel it, you can, you know, be within it.
Yeah. Well, you know, with outside art too, people want to know the story behind it. Yeah. But we don't want to downplay the art, because the story is great, but the art has to be great too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I noticed this year you have a lot of African artifacts too.
Yes, this came from a client of mine who had all this in storage. Oh my gosh. And so I said to them, oh, I'd be interested in having that. And I had no idea. You know, some of it's African. This piece is from New Guinea.
Okay.
And they traveled extensively.
Yeah. So not just local artists, there's even international art here too that you can purchase. Okay. And I think one of the things that's great about the Outsider Art Fair when you do come for Labor Day weekend is people can take it there at that time. They can buy it and take it with them?
Yes, yes, because, you know, sometimes they come from far away. I have clients call me and say, my cousin's coming from London and we want to know when your show is, because they want to come for the show. Yeah. So it's important that they can just take it off the wall. And
it really becomes such a community, and it sounds like you have such a great support system for this particular gallery here.
I love my customers. And, you know, so many said, I put the thing out. It's hard to find help nowadays, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And I put this thing on Facebook that said, I need help. And so many people reached out and volunteered. 2 men came to my door yesterday and helped me for hours downstairs in the basement. I didn't even know them.
Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah, and they said, oh, we love your gallery and we want to help.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and then I have 2 people coming on Sunday. They're coming back from their vacation.
Just to help and work. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, for those who want to come and take part in the Outsider Art Fair, you have an opening ceremony or celebrations on Friday evening. Right. What time is that at?
It's 6 to 9.
And that also benefits the community too, right?
Yes. It's for the Michiana Humane Society.
Okay.
And you know, I'm really interested in that because my dog is a rescue.
Yeah.
And Tim Scott, the man I got all the Jimmy Suttis with, was a very good friend of mine. And he was at the Outsider Show last year, tending bar for the Michiana Humane.
Oh, really?
And 3 weeks later, he died.
Oh,
and so I'm selling these Jimmy Suttis for his family.
Oh, what a wonderful tribute for him.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And so we're going to write up a little thing and put it on the door. And he started a business with a partner here. Okay. It was for animals, rescues. And they got rescues from all over the world coming. And they particularly liked bloodhounds.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So for people who want to come to the opening ceremonies, they can do that Friday night. And then what are the hours for the event happening over that weekend?
It's 11 to 5.
Okay, both
each
Saturday.
day. And if you buy a ticket for opening night, which is $25, you can come back as much as you want.
Okay, great.
And people do come back a lot.
Oh, good.
It's amazing to me. They'll come and they'll haul things out, and then they come back and they haul more things out, and I think, where are they putting all this stuff?
Well, where can people get more information?
They can call the gallery, and it's on my Facebook page, either Judith L. Rock or Judith Rock Gallery, either one has the information.
Wonderful.
And we have you, of course. How many years has this been for us? Is this the 5 years?
Fifth 5 year we've been doing it on here on Experience Michiana.
Yeah. So I'm surprised when they come again.
Well, we love you so much, and honestly, you know, I love art. I'm very passionate about it, and so just to be able to see, this is kind of the artwork that calls to me. It's something that is unique. It's something that you won't find, you know, kind of duplicates of. These are very unique items here.
Well, you know, I only do this once a year. Downstairs I have Jasper Johns and Ellsworth Kelly, and they're very important American artists.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, you are the storyteller here, and I love to hear all of the stories behind the artwork. I hope that you're able to join in for the Outsider Art Fair coming up for Labor Day weekend. We'll see you then.
And so do I.
And the Outsiders Outside Art Fair will be taking place September 2nd through the 4th. Well, we are so grateful that you joined us on this show. Can't wait to show you what's going to be on Experience Michiana next week. We're going to have kayaking, we're going to have fitness, and of course, we're going to have theater. So be sure to join us. And also, I can't believe that we're headed into the fall, so let us know what you'd like to see this fall on Experience Michiana. Thanks so much for being with us. Can't wait to see you all next week.
Experience Michiana is made possible in part by the Community Foundation of St. Joseph County and the Indiana Arts Commission, which receives support from the state of Indiana and the National Endowment for the Arts.
This WNIT local production has been made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you.